There we go. And then Kiara, can we just make it bigger so that it's so that we don't see the, yeah, perfect. All right, great. We are in action. We are ready to go. So welcome back, ladies. We are in our first coaching session together. This content will be slightly different than the previous weeks in that we are going to receive expert support on specifically the topic of leadership today. So we'll be getting into introducing our coach in just a short while. But before we do, I just want to say welcome back. Kiara, we can flip to the next slide. Yeah, so welcome back to the BIC Africa Acceleration Program. As you all know, I am Danielle Anderson. I am here to support you throughout our entire time together as your main storyteller and facilitator. And also on the side, I am also a business coach and strategy consultant. So if you have questions along the way about your own businesses, feel free to reach out and ask me. All right, so as we start to check in before today's session kicks off, I would like to ask you all a question. What are some of the challenges that you have faced so far as a leader within your organization? What are some of the challenges you have faced so far as a leader within your organization? I'm actually going to type this question also into the chat.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
I'm so sorry. Okay.
You weren't saying hi to us.
Yes, my name is Melo. I'm from Taki Wash, South Africa, and I'm late.
No, you're not late. We literally just kicked off. So we're just checking in. Before we get into the content for today, I was asking a general question of, what are some of the challenges that you have faced as a leader within your organization? And since you've already unmuted yourself and you're having conversation with me, why don't you jump in and answer the question even verbally is fine.
Okay. Some of the challenges, well, can I mention my current problem?
Sure.
South African load shedding. It absolutely messes up everything, the schedule. We're even at a point now where you're aware of the schedule, you have the app on your phone, but load shedding would happen 30 minutes before or come back 30 minutes earlier. So here you are, you've wrapped your daily plans around this schedule and you cannot deliver to clients. Essentially, my company provides shoe care services. So you're washing, polishing, refurbishing, and repairs. And we have a service called the Express service, where a customer basically gets their shoes within a 5-hour period. And because we're aware of the schedule, so we plan around it. If we're having load shedding in the last 2 hours of the day, like from 4 to 6, we know we need to start with those shoes immediately and make sure that they are sorted by the time the customer gets here. But now that's almost impossible to keep, and it's really, really affecting our service delivery.
And what are some thoughts, thank you for sharing that. What are some thoughts that you've had so far? And because load shedding isn't going anywhere, right? There's no end in sight. So what are some thoughts that you've had so far about like what you can do to improve the service to customers, knowing that that piece is completely out of your control?
So we communicate, but still it's still an inconvenience. So what I'm trying to do on my end, because I recently got like a manager who takes care of the day-to-day management of the company, which takes off the stress off of me. And I'm doing more of, I'm trying to get myself into an incubation as I'm with BIC Africa. I'm trying to source funding. I'm setting up meetings. I'm doing applications. There's multiple applications that are out within the South African region to fund businesses. So I'm trying to navigate around that and figure out what they can fund, because the idea is across all 3 of my stores, I want to have, like, you know, the generators, the silent ones, the commercial generators. So I recently got quotations for that, and I'm going to attach it to my applications, and we'll just have to wait and see.
And do you think in the interim, maybe you need to change your express service so that it's not a 5-hour turnaround, and knowing that maybe you're going to disappoint some customers, but at least then you can maintain the time that you can commit to? Is that something you thought of?
That's something I could consider, but it also means loss of revenue.
Yeah.
And there are times where we can deliver. It's just the times when we can't. I don't know what it is, but businesses jinx like that. The customers that are fussy, you will make the mistakes with. Yeah. And the ones where you can, like, get away with it and explain your way through, and it's wrong things never happen to them. So for me, my personal belief, it's a big energy bet. Like, if you are that type of person that will throw off the roof, chances are things are going. I know it's a big stretch, but I truly believe it. I've experienced it.
I mean, so maybe there's incentives that you can think of. So if they are impacted negatively, that you can give them perhaps a discount on their next service, or some other way that you can incentivize them to continue to come back, whilst also reminding them, like, it's out of your control, like it's the government's fault. Like, it's not something that is your problem. And also, letting them know, I am working towards getting generators so that we're not reliant on the grid anymore.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, great. Thank you so much for sharing that. I don't have a solution for you, but hopefully, you can come up with some different ideas that can help to mitigate some of the feedback that you're getting from customers. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you also. All right, great. We have some other conversations happening in the chat. So Joyce shares that her challenge is financial crisis. Yeah, the economy here in Kenya is awful. I know firsthand what it's like. And finance is always a challenge for every business owner, even in good times. We're always looking for money. We're always looking for ways to fund new projects and new ideas. So I get that. And that can be really challenging as a leader as well, because you might have to make the difficult decision to let go of people sometimes, to reduce your staff, to change working hours, etc., so that you can weather the storm. Inez says social inequality, communication, economic instability, inflation, similar challenges. Great. Thank you, ladies, for sharing that. We're going to get much deeper into the topic of leadership. Kiara, why don't we go to the next slide? So as I mentioned earlier, we are in coaching session number 1. This day is all about leadership. And we'll just show you where this sits on the larger schedule on the next slide. So being a leader is a difficult part of your journey. It can also be a super exciting part of your journey. You as the leader will have so many different roles that you need to play with your employees, with your clients, with your stakeholders, etc. So today I would really like to welcome our expert, Ludovica. Ludovica is going to be taking you through today's coaching session, and I'll now hand over to her to introduce herself and to get us started. Thanks, ladies.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Daniel. So now I share my screen. That's it. Okay.
And sorry, just before you get started, if anyone's having bandwidth challenges, I know that some of you might be in areas where the network isn't super stable. I found that when we turn our videos off, it can make your internet speed up a little bit. So if that's affecting you, please just make sure your video's off, and we can bring you back on screen later.
Thanks, Danielle. It's Robert speaking. I just was dropping in today to say hi to everybody. I'm the team leader of BIC Africa. You won't be seeing me very much at these sessions, but over the coming weeks, we want to try to understand a bit more about your businesses, and particularly in how we can connect you to other opportunities through the BIC Africa program, especially with connections in Europe and also access to finance. So it's great to have the chance to meet you today, and looking forward to getting some more feedback from your sessions over the weeks. And great that you could all come along today, and thanks so much for signing up to the program. Thank you.
Thanks, Robert.
Okay. So thank you, Robert. Thank you, Daniel. Hello, everyone. I'm glad to see you again. My name is Ludovica, and I work at Laval Mayenne Technopole in the incubator of Laval Mayenne Technopole, precisely. We are based in France, and our job is to help and support entrepreneurs from ID stage to the development of their startup. So I'm here today with you to talk about leadership. So we are going to see together what is a leader, how to know yourself better with the 4 archetypes, how to communicate, how to find balance between stress and confidence, and at the end of the coaching session, we'll see. So to start, I invite you to fill the Jamboard and to answer these questions. So for the French-speaking entrepreneur, the questions will also be written in French. So I will share in the chat the link to the Jamboard. Can you see the Jamboard, everyone? Can you join us? So the first question is, who was the person who you looked up to when you were a child, and why? It might be a real person or a character in a movie. It might be a man, a woman, or no gender person. Pour les personnes qui sont francophones, donc est-ce que vous pouvez nous dire ici qui était la personne que vous admiriez le plus quand vous étiez petite et pourquoi? Donc ça peut être une vraie personne, ça peut être un personnage de fiction, un homme ou une femme, et vous pouvez aussi écrire en français. So let's take about 3 minutes. The grandmother, great. She was always positive and pragmatic, great. Your father, he always provided. Okay, great. To write in the chat board, you pick the block here, text zone, and you can write inside. My grandmother, une femme d'attente et persévérante. Okay, some of you are written in the chat. Ma grande sœur, elle m'a appris beaucoup de choses. My old sister, she told me a lot. She learned me a lot. My mom, okay. So we have very powerful women in the family. So in the chat, my dad, yes. Ma mère, car elle est toujours déterminée à tout ce qu'elle fait. My mother, yeah, great. My mother, my mom's. Okay, thank you. So let's go to the next question. So today, the next question is today, who is inspiring you today and why? So the same thing, it might be a real person or a character in a movie. It might be a man or woman or no gender. Pour les personnes qui sont francophones, qui vous inspire aujourd'hui? Qui vous sert de modèle aujourd'hui? Donc, ça peut être une vraie personne ou un personnage de fiction. Again, let's take 2 minutes to fill the Jamboard.
And ladies, to find the second question on the Jamboard, you have to just click the arrow at the top to take you to number 2.
Oh, yeah. Can you see the screen? You have to click on the arrow here to go to the next. On the screen so people can see. Oh, I thought I was sharing that. Why can I share it, Kiara?
I think you just need to change the, when you go to share and just choose the different application. Because right now it's sharing your Adobe.
Okay, so
You should,
here I'm the Jamboard.
yeah. If you stop
Jamboard, I
sharing
think-
and you restart the sharing, you can.
Okay,
Yeah.
I stop the sharing. Mettre le partage sur pause. Arrêter le partage. And here. So now you see the Jamboard.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. But we don't have any answers. So who's inspiring you today? Okay. Nelson Mandela. Okay. Malgré son emprisonnement, il continue sur la African woman. Okay. My clients. Great. My mother and my maternal grandmother inspired me because they always wanted me to be successful entrepreneurs. My boyfriend is a visionary and have a good leadership. Today I'm inspired by my grandmother. She's a film book of life. She has the most interesting perspective on life. Okay, great. This is the third question and the last question. What does leadership mean to you? What is a leader for you? For the French speaker, que signifie pour vous le mot leadership? Qu'est-ce qu'un leader pour vous? So, yeah, you have to click on the next arrow. My mentor. Oh. Leadership means influence. To me, this could be either negative or positive. Okay. And it seems that three people share the same definition of leadership. Any other idea what leadership means to you? A leader inspires others towards a vision. Okay, great. Yeah, we have two people. Leadership is the ability to think collectively. Okay. Leadership means responsibility, doing the right thing, inspiring others, problem solving, team leading to a common goal. Okay. Un leader, c'est quelqu'un qui a une notoriété et influence. A leader is someone who influences other people. A leader is a true motivator, risk taker, take responsibilities. Okay. Leadership means authority. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for your answers. The act of guiding a team to achieve a certain goal. Oh, great. Thank you, everyone. Uh, so, I stop the sharing here. Oh, okay. So, to answer this question, what is a leader and what is a leadership? There's a common definition of a leader that a leader is a person who is capable of guiding, influencing, and inspiring. And the leadership is the ability to direct other people or organizations in order to achieve some objectives. So one of you share these answers too. The good news here is when we are talking about ability, about capacity, that means that it is a skill. It's not a trait of personality. So basically, as a skill, we can learn it and we can acquire it. There's another definition of a leader. It's a person who is able to go it alone. It's this kind of person who says, I go and I do it by myself. Even if I have to go there alone, sorry, even if I have to go there alone, I will and I will be there. So this person is the one who will chase his dreams. Even if it's different of being stubborn. It's that is vision. And that is really important because when you face some challenges with your company, you have to be strong enough to decide alone, to work alone, and then only people, your partner, your client will follow you. During this quote from Denis Troche, he was a former football player and he was a Paris Saint-Germain coach. And to be a champion of your own world. That means stay focused on what you do and you will master it. Don't lose yourself in different ways of products or in different industries. Stay focused, practice, and you will master it. But how to do that? Jung has defined 16 archetypes, but here we are going to focus on 4 of them: the lover, the magician, the warrior, and the king. First, the lover. I forgot to say that the archetypes is a trait of personality. So we all have those 4 archetypes in us. The first is the lover. The lover is guided by his emotions. He takes care of others' needs. And the most important thing for the lover is to make people feel loved and secure. He has defaults also. He takes decisions based on his emotion, and he is afraid of not being loved. You know that you're naturally a lover archetype. When, for example, when someone shares good news with you, and the first thing you want to do is to hug him or to hug her. So this is quite a sign that you are a lover archetype. The second archetype is the magician. The magician is the observer. He doesn't talk that much. He prefers to step back and to analyze the situation. Sometimes he might seem arrogant or indifferent. You are naturally this kind of archetype. You are a magician. When, for example, you're this kind of person that we are looking for when we need to be listened to because you are a good listener. You also have the warrior and third archetypes. He's the one who is always ready. He's the one who always goes first. He's the one who always seeks for new experiences and he's very independent. You're naturally a warrior when you always look for new experiences, when you want to discover new places. And sometimes, this is the default of the warrior, you do things before thinking of how you do this. And it's okay for you because the only way for you to find how to do things is when you do them, when you are doing them. And the last archetype is the king. The king likes order. The king likes maintaining order. He's able to take non-popular decisions because he has to take some decisions and he will assume it. The king is also able to live with another perspective. So you're naturally this kind of archetype if you always place values above all things, above your status, above your image, above having fun. For this archetype, I like the example of Queen Elizabeth because she took some unpopular decision, even if she knew that she would break some hearts. And as I said before, we are a combination of four archetypes. The lover helps us to connect with others and with our feelings. The magician helps us to step back and to become aware of the situation. The warrior helps us to go beyond our borders to do the work. And the king gives us vision and motivation. So the thing with these four archetypes is to find your own balance. For example, if you are naturally a lover, you know that sometimes you base your decisions on your emotions. And in some situations, it's not good. So try to find a magician around you to talk to help you to step back. And for if you're looking for an associate in your startup, remind yourself that you need other natural archetypes to complete your team. Is it okay for you now? Okay, so with all of these things, could you tell me? So we won't fill the Jamboard, but please tell us in the discussion. I think this one is really good emotion. Yeah, I would like to know. Please tell us in the chat which archetypes are you? So I go back to the screen. Are you, do you think you're naturally a lover? You are naturally a magician, a warrior, or a king? Tell us. You're a king. Okay. The creator, the warrior. Okay. I will share here. We also have a warrior. Okay. A mix, a lover and the warrior. Okay. Remember, we are a combination of all these four archetypes, but they're one who naturally express himself. So let's go to the next question. Oh, please click on the arrow to the next question. Which archetype do you need to work on more, do you think? Quel archétype devez-vous travailler un petit peu plus et pourquoi? Which one do you think you need to practice? The warrior, okay. I say warrior because I always expect solutions from my team. I'm naturally in a constant fight to work on the magician. Great, thank you. Okay. A lover, okay, you're a lover, Hamdiali, okay. Okay, great, thank you. So I will share for the next. Another part of this session, of this coaching session, is about communication. So remember, communication is not only about words. People can hear you, but they also feel you. And you attract what you feel. If you feel confident, people will trust you. If you feel nervous, people will feel that, and they might be anxious too, because they might ask themselves, what happens? Why is she so nervous? And if you feel happy, you can give smile to people around you. So try to always have, but it's difficult, I know, but try to have a positive mindset because a positive mindset, it won't change the situation, but it will change you and your ability to deal with the situation. And if you have a positive mindset, you share this positive mindset with people around you. So remember, if you feel stressed, you have 4 tips that can help you. The first thing is to breathe. First, exhale. To make some space in your lungs. And then you can take a very deep breath. Second tips, smile. Because the smile is a natural stress reliever. And when you smile, you can try it now. When you smile, when you put a smile on your face, it releases the tense here in your jaw. So, whatever the situation, first smile, and you see that it will release the tense here. The third tip that you can use is to wiggle your toes in your shoes. Move your toes inside your shoes. It will pump the blood in your body, and it gives you energy. And the fourth thing is straighten your back. It gets your energy flowing into your body. So Kim, yeah, and I really like this quote of Mel Robbins. I think you know her if you're on Instagram. We always see these short videos of Mel Robbins. She's an investor United States, and she said one day, "Your feelings are not a choice. It's humans to feel, to have feelings, but your behavior is your choice. So if you feel happy, if you feel stressed, if you feel anxious, it is normal. But you have to choose what behavior you are going to have." Talking about confidence and against stress. The definition of a confidence. In fact, confidence is not a trait personality. It's like leadership. It's a skill that you can learn and you can acquire. Confidence is the ability to move from thought to action, to go out of your comfort zone. The stress is a feeling. It's a feeling of pressure or worry. So the level of your stress is determined by your perception of the situation or of your abilities, of your skills, of your general qualities. So the stress is caused by our perception of the situation. In every situation, you have a certain level of stress and you have a level of confidence. The thing is, like with the 4 archetypes, the thing is to find our own balance. If the stress is really low and the confidence is really high, you might seem by overconfidence. In everyday life, it's okay. For example, when we brush our teeth, we don't feel stressed because we know how to do that. But for example, you have to make a pitch in front of people and you have a lot of confidence. You don't feel stressed. You don't feel any stress. So you might seem by overconfidence. So how to deal with it? Ask someone to help you. Are you prepared enough? Review your checklist. Have you prepared everything? Are you prepared to the questions? Okay. On the other side, sometimes, and most of the times, we have a high level of stress and a low level of confidence. And we know that it's not good because we might be paralyzed by our stress. So, how to deal with that? We stay focused on what we can control, not on the results. What we can do now to control what we are saying, how we deal with the situation, And for example, when Melo talks about issues with a delivering company, stay focused on what you can control. Accept that you can fail. And the best advice here to lower your level of stress is practice, 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 and to stay focused on what you can do. Stay focused on what you can prepare. And really, what if it goes wrong? What if it goes wrong? What if you can breathe? If you can breathe, it's dangerous. But what if for 2 minutes? 11:16. I think we're good. Uh, the,
I think we may have lost Ludovica. Let's just give her a moment to rejoin us. She seemed to be having some internet challenges there. When she comes back, we will actually be breaking out into some smaller groups. And as Chiara mentioned in her email yesterday, we will invite a volunteer in each group to share their business pitch, only for a few minutes, to talk about their business. And we're going to do a bit of role playing whereby a member of the BIC Africa team will then start interrogating you and almost play like a bad cop kind of role to see how you handle it. And Ludovica will give the full instructions, hopefully when she's able to rejoin. So let's hold tight for 1 minute and hope that she comes back. Okay, great. We have her back. Ludovica, welcome back. I think you're on mute though.
hello again. I'm really sorry about that because I lost connection.
Welcome back. It's okay. It happened to me last week also. So these things happen when we're doing things online. So welcome back. We're glad you're back here with us. We had a temporary moment of panic thinking that we might have to run the rest of it without you, but you are here. So let's carry on.
Oh, thank you very much. No, I just finished what I have to say. So I was about to suggest the role-playing games, and I kindly ask Chiara to. Thank you, Chiara. So we were on the slide talking about role-playing games. I think we're still on time. Do not hesitate if you have some questions, ask them in the chat. After this one, and after this one, and after this one. Yeah, so we finished about the. Thank you, Chiara. So now it's your turn to talk. We are going to be divided into groups. So I will present this role-playing game first in English, and after that I will present this exercise in French. So in English, imagine you are invited to present your project, your startup to people in your industry. So in the audience, there is a person who challenges you in the situation. So take it in French now. Imaginez que vous êtes invité à présenter votre start devant des personnes très influentes. Donc, dans le public, il y a des personnes avec qui vous rêvez travailler et des personnes qui vous challengent. Donc, comment vous allez gérer la situation? So, if we can go to the next slide, please, Chiara. Are you there? Okay, thank you. So, how are we going to do that? One entrepreneur will pitch a project, and the Africa team will play the other entrepreneur will take notes about her attitude, the attitude of the one who is pitching, and one other entrepreneur will take notes about what she's saying. Ok. Donc, en français, donc un entrepreneur, une entrepreneur sur votre pitch. Donc, une autre entrepreneur va prendre des notes sur votre attitude et une autre entrepreneur va prendre des notes sur ce que vous dites. Et après, vous débriefez ensemble. If you can go to the next slide, please. We will debrief together about how, yeah, thank you, Kara. What was her attitude? What were her words? Quelle était votre attitude? Quels étaient vos mots? What did you feel? The interpretation of the situation and what you like to do. What should you do? In fact. Donc, en français, qu'avez-vous ressenti? On analyse la situation et par rapport aux conseils qui ont été donnés, comment auriez-vous pu réagir? So, I think we'll take 30 minutes. We are really on time. 50 minutes, and I think we have time for two exercises with two entrepreneurs. Is it okay for you? Someone is telling something in the chat.
Okay, so we take 30 minutes, and I'm going now to divide us in 3 groups. Okay, so bear with me for 2 minutes when I assign you to the different breakout rooms. please accept the invite to enter the room. As we did last time, we'll have one group where you can, with all French-speaking women, so you can also run the exercise in French, and then other two groups where the main language will be English. Okay, so please accept.
Sorry, just before you do that, sorry, Ludovica, could you just confirm the debriefing will happen, we'll all come back together, or it will happen in the smaller groups? Oh, I think she's frozen again.
I think it's in the small groups, so we have 15 minutes for each entrepreneur.
Yeah, 5 minutes of pitch.
5 minutes to pitch.
Yes, and 10 minutes to debrief together.
Okay, and then another entrepreneur has an opportunity, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, perfect, great, all right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. So just give me 2 minutes, huh? I need to see. Okay. And I think here they are. Okay, and one. Then, so you can start going to the sessions as soon as I'm assigning you to the groups. So I would say.
Is it possible to put back the slide on the debriefing so we can take a screenshot of it?
Yes, give me 1 second.
I'll try to put it in the chat as well.
Yes.
I don't know if you can share in the chat, pictures in the chat. Yeah, we can. Okay. Now session 3.
Oh, I have to.
Okay. Good. You can start. Go to the sessions. Non ho segnato. Arturo. And So Daniel is there. Christina, I put you in the French one. Ina, I put you in session 3. And Ludovica, where do you want to go?
As you want. Maybe in with the French one.
Okay. So I think you are quite a lot there. So maybe I will ask Christina to move to another one, session 2. Okay. Together with, okay. So see you at noon. Okay. I think little by little will be all back. I'm a bit messy with them, taking care of technicalities. Sorry. I think in the other rooms they were still talking because
Yeah.
nobody's coming back.
Yeah, we're the first ones back in.
Here they are, coming back.
So we are back. So how was it? How was it? How was the exercise? Want to share with us your feelings, or what did you learn about yourself, maybe? No, no. Are we all here? Yes. Okay. Can I ask you, Chiara, to share the screen, please? Thank you. Okay, thanks. So, yeah, we can stay with this slide. I asked some entrepreneurs before if we had to do this exercise in English, how would it feel? But if they have been asked now to pitch in English in 2 seconds, uh, they couldn't have it. So, can you move to the next slide, please, Chiara? That there is this quote of she said, "You have to practice who you want to be. You don't wake up with practice it every day." So really, the most is always to practice, to practice, to practice, and to be prepared always. So now we have, I think we still have time to do the last exercise. The last exercise is the tree of life. Maybe some of you already know exercise. The tree of life is narrative therapy. It helps people to speak. So each part represents something. And when you draw a tree of your life, think about all the positive things that are around you. We begin with the roots. The roots represent where you come from. The roots represent your values. And then we have the ground. The ground is your actual environment. The ground is what nourishes you. The third thing is a trunk. The trunk represents your skills. The trunk represents capacities, your abilities today. And then you can draw the branches. The branches represent your hopes, your dreams, and your wishes. With a branch, you have some leaves. Leaves represent the most important people in your life, the people that surround you. And you have the fruits. The fruits here is the gifts that are given to you by the people around you or by the life. We can also add seeds and flowers. Seeds and flowers represent the gift that you give to people. And the last thing, you have the storm. The storms represent the challenges impact you, your project, but with that it may also make you some opportunities. So this kind of life, you represent everything that is positive for you. You might draw some negative things, but at least you can separate the good things and the bad things. This kind of exercise, you can share it with your team, with your partner, with your co-founder, if you are looking for an associate, to share what are your values, what are your skills, what are your hopes, your dreams, your vision, your mission, your ambition. So I suggest that if you have a piece of paper and if you have a pen, I suggest to take 5 minutes, everyone, to draw our tree of life. Is it okay for you? So do you all have a piece of paper? Do you have a pen with you? I can draw myself. Can you share the instructions in French too? Of course, I can. Thank you. So, in French, nous avons cet exercice qui s'appelle l'arbre de vie. L'arbre de vie, en fait, représente une façon de parler de soi, mais de façon positive. Et chaque partie de l'arbre représente quelque chose. Donc, par exemple, tout en bas de l'arbre, nous avons les racines. Les racines représentent nos valeurs. Les racines représentent d'où on vient. Ensuite, nous avons le sol qui est en vert là, avec les racines. Le sol représente notre environnement actuel. C'est-à-dire, c'est ce que nous avons autour de nous. Ensuite, le tronc, c'est le tronc de l'arbre. Il représente nos compétences et nos capacités. Ensuite, nous avons les branches. Les branches représentent nos espoirs, nos espérances, nos rêves, vers quoi on veut aller, vers quoi on tend. Ensuite, nous avons les fruits. Les fruits, ce sont les cadeaux. Ce sont les cadeaux que les autres nous ont donnés ou que la vie nous a donnés. Ou ce sont les cadeaux que les héritages qu'on a reçus dans les valeurs que nous avons reçues de nos grands-parents et tout ça. Alors, certains dessins comportent aussi des graines et des fleurs. Les graines et les fleurs, c'est ce que nous, on donne, c'est le cadeau que nous, on donne aux autres. Ensuite, il y a les feuilles représentent les personnes importantes qui sont dans notre vie aujourd'hui. Et enfin, les orages, que vous voyez en haut à gauche avec les éclairs, les orages, ce sont les choses qui arrivent aujourd'hui. Mais en fait, les challenges qui vous arrivent aujourd'hui peuvent aussi être des opportunités pour nous faire grandir. Par exemple, la pluie, oui, c'est un orage, ça apporte de la pluie et tout ça, mais la pluie nourrit aussi notre terre. Donc, ça nous apporte des opportunités. Donc, ce que je vous dis pendant 5 minutes, c'est de dessiner votre propre arbre de vie. Et ce sera une façon pour vous, dessiner un arbre de vie, c'est une façon aussi de partager avec son équipe, avec son associé, si jamais vous cherchez un associé. C'est une façon de partager quelles sont vos valeurs, d'où vous venez, quelles sont vos visions, quelles sont vos missions, vers quoi vous tendez, quelles sont vos ambitions et quelles sont vos compétences. So I suggest we take some time. Si vous avez une feuille et un stylo, de dessiner votre propre arbre de vie. Et si vous voulez après nous le partager, ce sera avec plaisir. If you want to share us your tree, you're welcome. I hope you're still there. I'm still connected. Okay, great. Thank you, Chiara. Anyone who would like to share with us? Or Joey? Yeah, sometimes it's personal, so. But don't forget, this is a safe place where you can share what you have in mind. You can share everything with your mentor, with your coach. Oh, Kiara, are you trying to share something? I can see it. I can see everything. Okay, great. Yeah, we can move on the next slide. Some sentences to close this first coaching session. Always remember, ladies, who you are. Don't forget, chase your dreams. Don't lose yourself in your journey. Don't let people tell you that you can't do it when you know that you can. And remember, people follow you because who you are, not because of what you do for them. So thank you. I really enjoyed having this talk with you. Oh, I have something for you. Can I, Clara?
Yeah.
And I have this thing for you. Do you hear it? You don't?
No.
And now? No, you can hear it. Ah, sorry. Because it was a song. Because the first session together, we shared our playlist, and this was a video of Rihanna with the song Diamonds. Because one of you said that this song inspired her, so I wanted to put some music, but it's okay.
Oh, well, thank you for the thought. You can maybe put the link in the chat. The ladies can listen to it later. Or even in the WhatsApp group.
Oh yeah.
Okay, ladies, before we close up the session for today, are there any questions that you have for Ludovica? If yes, please put them into the chat in either English or in French. We were very spoiled today because our coach is fluent in both languages.
Oh, thank you. I'm not really fluent in English, but I'm prepared.
You did great. We're having quite a few thank yous in the chat. See you next session. No, thank you. Thank you for the session. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Inspiring.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay, ladies.
Thank you.
So what comes next? So next week, in fact, we have a week off. So we are not meeting next Tuesday. Our next session is going to be our 4th training session, and that's going to take place on Tuesday, the 20th of June. So to repeat, next week we are not meeting. Instead, we'll be meeting in 2 weeks' time. During that session in 2 weeks' time, we are going to be talking about your unique value proposition. That's what UVP stands for, and your marketing strategy. We'll be using a tool called the Business Model Canvas. Some of you may be familiar with it already, but really focusing on what is your unique value proposition? What makes you different from everyone else out there that is offering something similar to what you're doing, or something complementary to what you're doing. So come prepared for that session. Think about who your clients are, think about what your offer is, and also going back to our session from last week, think a little bit more about who your partners in your team are as well. Okay, Kiara, next slide. And then don't forget, if you haven't already joined our WhatsApp group, the link is here. You can access all the recordings, the PowerPoints, and the resources at 2 links here. We've now also created a Google Drive for you. So for those of you who are struggling to access the YE platform, you can now use the Google Drive and get everything that's there. And please remember to tell us your opinion about today's session. This form link remains the same every week, but please fill it in every week so that Kiara can gather the data and continue to make this program even better for the next iteration. Or indeed, we can address some of the things that you might bring up to us during our next few sessions that are coming, okay? So we will see you all again in 2 weeks' time, all right? Thank you, ladies, for joining us today, for your participation. Ludovica, thank you once again for your expertise and
You, bye.
bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.